If your inbox is basically a file delivery service and you're still downloading attachments one by one, today I'm going to show you how to auto save them straight into OneDrive or SharePoint using Power Automate. So we are going to work with one simple flow using a template that allows it to watch for emails with attachments, saves those into a folder automatically. And of course, you can filter this even further to a specific sender or subject so it's not total chaos. Now, I'm going to show you the exact process from start. I've already created a folder in one of my specific SharePoint sites for all of this to go. So you need to have the destination already set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one. So in my Power Automate, which is available from my app launcher for Microsoft 365, pardon me, I've headed to the template section and I'm looking for this one, save outlook.com email attachments to your OneDrive. Now it needs to be outlook.com, not Outlook emails or just be really careful. The outlook.com is the one that will allow you to use your business subscription. So if you can't find that here, you can actually type up here, save attachment and search. And it will pull up the different options. So you can see there's the one here that save Office 365 to a OneDrive for business folder. Outlook.com email is your personal one. Sorry, you want to make sure that you're saving Office 365 email attachments to a specified OneDrive for business. This one will save them personally. This one will put them on the business system. So this is the one that we want. Now, the beauty of Power Automate is that this particular template has done the work for us. So you can see it's going to use Office 365 Outlook to OneDrive for Business. And it's going to want us to connect with our particular accounts. So I can validate these. Mine is linked to the same thing, so it's fine. But you want to make sure that it's logged in. It may want you to log in with your correct accounts to get started. So I'm going to go continue. And now what it's going to do is it's going to specifically look for the information that we feed it. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that we have a trigger. Every automation needs a trigger. It needs a filter and it needs or conditions, and then it needs an action that we're going to get it to do. So you can see this is the new designer. You can switch it over here. I'm going to walk you through exactly how I would set this one up. So I'm going to do on new email. I'm going to switch it to the old designer because for my brain, it just makes more sense. I'm going to save and switch. So I'm going to open this up and you can see it's going to look for my inbox. Now, at the moment, it's going to literally look for everything comes into my inbox with an attachment. If you want to make sure that it's only once you've moved things to a particular folder, you can go here and you can drop down and find all of your subfolders in your inbox. It doesn't like that one. It needs a minute. There we go. And there'll be all of your subfolders. But I'm going to run it off the inbox. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this advanced options tab. What I'm going to do is I'm going to specify who the email comes from. So I'm looking for things that when a new email arrives, that comes from a particular email address. So we're putting a filter in. Now, at the moment, it can be just every email. And then what it's going to do down here, you'll see it's looking at from, and I would put the email address in here as a condition. We can filter it even further up here. So when a new email comes into and I've chosen a folder, the condition is that at this stage I'm looking from. So this is a dynamic field. This is a trigger. So the email itself is the trigger. The filter is that from that email that arrives, I'm looking for who it's from, and it contains or is equal to, if you know the exact email address. So I am going to put here my Team Thrive email, thriveadmin.com. So when it comes from magic@thriveadmin, so if it doesn't come from magic@thriveadmin, it will go across to this side. If it does, it will follow these actions. So we can drop this down here and it's going to say, whoops. it's not going to do anything because I haven't added any data here. But if it does meet my criteria, so if it's from that person, I'm going to pull the attachment and then I'm going to tell it where I want that file to go. So that's what this little folder does. It will allow me to drill down into my OneDrive for Business. The root folder would be just to put it at your main OneDrive. I'm actually going to put it, I'm going to scroll down. I've got lots of different folders in my OneDrive. So I am going to choose, where are we going to put it? Da, 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 da. Let's pop it into this attachments folder. So it's going to put it into my OneDrive and then my attachments, and it's going to put it into, it's going to give the file name the same as the attachment name that it comes with. So it's not going to make any changes, and the content will be the attachment content. I could change this. I could put a date at the front. I could put file received. Anything I manually type would be permanently or repeated every time. These are dynamic fields, so it's going to take the information as it comes from that particular email. If it's no, I'm leaving this empty. I'm not adding anything or telling it to do anything. So basically what will happen is the email will arrive. It will look at any emails that come into the inbox and say, has it come from this email address? Yes, the attachment gets saved here. No, we do nothing. So the filter is purely about the email address it's come from. I'm also at this stage, the other thing I would recommend is to name this specific flow. So I am going to call this Save Attachments from Magic to Attachments OneDrive. Just so I've got a reference now, I will see that and know what that means. So we're going to save that bad boy. And they're now saying we should test it. Now to test it, what happens is there is no way to run it. So they're saying we should manually test it. So I am going to do that. I'm going to jump into my inbox for Magic at. I'm going to send an email now to my main email. I'm going to go testing the flow, and I'm going to attach a file. I don't want to attach anything massive because that would be madness, wouldn't it? So let's just browse this PC. What have I got? Oh, look at me. I've been very organized. I don't have anything in my downloads folder. So I'm just going to attach an Excel workbook, and then I'm going to send that off. So that will appear at some point. Just waiting to make sure it appears. So there it is with the attachment. And I am now going to, oh, it's thinking. So now it's going to show me this flow working. I'm just going to wait for this one to free itself up. What we can do in the meantime is we can go here, and we had a folder called attachments. There's that file. It's now arrived. So that's just arrived. So I'm going to shrink that one down. It's having a think. I'm going to just let it refresh. My internet is potentially causing a bit of a problem there. Okay, so these are the steps. What will happen now is that if I go flow checker, I've had no errors, which is great. If I go back to the main page here, you'll see I've now got this run that happened. So I can now see when this has happened, and it's going to do it automatically for me every single time. So there are a couple of things to check when you're setting this up. There are a couple of things that might not work when you test it. So the first one is that the flow is saving files, but you can't find them. So if that's the case, what you want to do is jump in here, and you want to check this particular down here on your attachment and your information, you want to be checking here, where are you sending it? So this is going to a folder in your OneDrive for Business. These folders here, under the root folder, these are your subfolders in your OneDrive. You need to make sure that you're looking in the same folder that is listed here and that this is the folder you want them to go to. If you have too many attachments being saved into that location, what you might want to do is go back up and tighten the conditions or the filters. So you might want to say that it's from this person and it's only come to me, or it's got a specific word in the subject line, and you can add a whole heap of options here. So in terms of here, we can find some information that will pull that information from the email. So you can look for things in the subject, you can look for things in the body, you can be really specific. Are you BCC'd? Are you CC'd, BCC'd? When was it received? All those sorts of things. We can be really clear about what's included and how we're going to determine what sends it through. And lastly, if you are getting duplicate named files, what you want to do is check what you're putting here in your file name. You might want to add a timestamp or a message ID or who it's come from, something that gives it some differentiation each time. Invoices are great because it should have the invoice number in the file name. But if it doesn't, you want to make sure that you're not manually having to go in and edit those all the time or ending up with files that are overriding each other. Genuinely, this is one of those systems or one of those background admin jobs that's probably stealing a whole bunch of time from you without you even realizing. The goal of showing you this is that you can set it once and let the system do the repetitive work for you, so it frees up your mental bandwidth and your energy and time in the day. If you're trying to reduce tool overload and make Microsoft 365 do more of the heavy lifting for you on a day-to-day basis, please check the links in the description below. And if you have enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe. Tell people about the content so that they can learn as well, but subscribe to stay updated on all of the latest videos. Thanks so much.